All right, cool. Well, thank you guys for being here today. My business is TrueHealthRD, and I am Crystal Chester. I'm a registered dietitian and a state licensed nutritionist. I practice clinically at Stonecrest Medical Center in Smyrna, and that's mainly where I do like tube feedings and TPN. So if somebody's gut is really out of whack and they cannot digest anything, then when we feed them through their veins. If they can't take anything orally, stuff's messed up, then we feed them through like a peg tube, or the NG tube. You've probably seen people on a vent, and that's kind of how we feed them. I love all areas of nutrition, but I really love preventing people from having to go to the hospital. That's what I really like to do, because I see so many people in there critically ill, and they could have done so much to not ever even have to be there. A lot of things that could be prevented, especially nutrition-wise. And there's only so much that I can do bedside when they're souped up to meds and IVs and stuff, being like, so, tell me about your food. It's like they don't really care at that point. But I graduated from Lipscomb University, and we are from Dallas, Texas. Me and my husband are. I'm actually from, and I was raised in West Texas. Anybody heard of Midland, Odessa? There was somebody here that was from Midland, Odessa. And so if you haven't heard of it, if you've seen Friday Night Lights, that's where I was raised. It's all football, it's all oil and dirt, and I couldn't wait to leave because I just didn't want to do oil my whole life. My husband and I have 3 children, and as of last year, Grandma moved in, and so it's really cool being under one roof with all ages, really, 21-month-old to 65 or something. I'm going to undershoot just in case. But our house is crazy, but we love it. About True Health. Okay, so it all started when I was much, much younger, and I was in a doctor's office. Somebody said, when I told them this story, you were in a chiropractor's office. I don't remember where I was at, but I was in the waiting room, and they had a sign up, and it said, where do you want to be when you grow up? And one side had a nursing home, and the other side had a yacht. And at that point, I was like, there's no way, ever, 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 that I am going to spend 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever, in a nursing home. Like, I am going to be on a cruise ship until I die. Or, you know what I mean? Just like very active, very lively. And for some reason, at that young age, that hit me. And I was like, I'm going to do what it takes to, be the healthiest I can, so that I can just, when God's ready to take me, he can just take me, but not like deteriorate on my way there. And so I actually grew up a chubby kid. And so it was actually in like 6th grade that I was like, okay, I got to figure out, because there's so many obesity related issues, I was like, I got to figure out how to lose weight. But if you looked at my family, heart disease is in my family. Obesity, most of them are big people, and they have cancer runs in my family, and diabetes runs in my family. And so the odds were kind of against me. And so that's when I really started digging into research and trying to figure out the best way. And of course, whenever you just do it kind of blindly, you like Google search, you're going to get all kinds of just conflicting information. And then I saw that there's just so much misinformation out there. And that's when I started getting more into the research side of it, which will blow your mind, because there's hundreds of health related research articles that are published like every month. So it does kind of, but I found it interesting. I get into that kind of stuff. But just misinformation like all carbohydrates are bad, totally not true. That fat causes heart disease, no it doesn't. Or only eat 1,200 to like 1,500 calories a day. Your metabolism will shut down if you go too low. It's not just about calories in versus calories out. If we were robots, or like our cars, put them out this much gas in, and then you burn that much gas, it would work that way. But it's way more complex than that. Or it's just genetics. You're just doomed to have diabetes. And so I really started True Health because there's so much stuff that really vexed me. It irritated me and I would talk to people and they would believe some of this stuff. I'm like, no, I want to like shout for the rooftops. It's not true. And just America's health statistics. According to reports, we are the most advanced country in medicine. We have more money and more technology. Like if you want a heart or you need a kidney, well, we'll just fly one in for you. We'll have one here in a couple hours. If you need a liver, well, you can take some of mine and I can give it to you and we can both live and it's no problem. Like, it's nuts. what we can do, but we're like the unhealthiest and like the sickest country out there. And so there's a lot of serious problems. We're fatter than ever, sicker than ever. People are stressed out the max, and they're depressed. And it really just bothers me because a lot of this stuff can be fixed with nutrition. The top meds by sales, these are what people are actually like going to over-the-counter stuff to like get relief for. And the first one is Humira. It's to help treat Crohn's disease and arthritis. Well, Crohn's disease is an inflammatory issue in the intestines. Arthritis is an inflammatory issue in the arteries. I truly believe it's better to find the underlying cause of why you have inflammation than taking a drug to cover it up. Look at Abilify. It's the second one. It's to treat depression. Now, again, these drugs have side effects, and all you're going to do is you're only going to cover it up, and then you're going to have to end up taking more drugs because those have side effects, and you have to cover up the side effects. Again, look for the underlying cause of depression. Yes, it can actually come from a life occurrence, something happened, but actually there's something called the brain-gut axis. So if there's something going on in your gut, it can actually cause depression. It can cause anxiety. But a lot of people don't know that. So they're feeling these things, and they just go for what they know. Well, let me go run into the store and grab some Abilify. And Crestor. It's a statin drug. It helps reduce cholesterol and triglycerides so we don't have a stroke or have a heart attack. Again, why do you have high triglycerides? Why do you have high cholesterol? Let's not cover it up. Let's look for the root cause of it and get rid of it so you don't have to spend X amount of money per month, which is only going to grow because you're going to end up having like a whole bunch of meds to take every morning. So there's a serious problem going on that really bothers me. We're overprescribed. Our bodies are wonderfully designed to heal itself, and I truly believe that people need to be more educated on how to eliminate their ailments and not put a band-aid over it. So many times people go to the doctor to get relief, and they're like, here, you take this. So many people don't even know that there is a way to not live with IBS or Crohn's disease or chronic fatigue. They just don't know. And so I want to show people, yes, our bodies can heal themselves, and you can actually do so much with food and, of course, changing your lifestyle. And another big problem is that we're undernourished here in the United States. One, our soil is depleted. This modern agriculture stuff that we have has been stripping the nutrients away. So particularly our food is lacking in protein, calcium, magnesium, iron, and phosphorus, yes. And so even if we are eating fruits and vegetables, we're just not getting as much as like our grandmothers did or our ancestors did. Not to mention we're just overworked. People sit at their desks all day, and they're living far and farther away from work. And so it's not just like 8 hours at a desk, but it's traveling to and from, which adds to the stress and because people are really concerned about their financial future. So Americans are working more and more these days. So adds stress and to the sedentary lifestyle. And I truly believe healthy is not supposed to be that hard. People struggle with these ailments, for years, especially people that struggle with weight. It's like you always know that they're trying to lose weight, and they never change. They're always like the same weight. And I'm like, are we really supposed to struggle with this kind of stuff our whole lives? It's not supposed to be that difficult. So TrueHealthRD really is about helping people get to the root cause of what's bothering them, what their ailments are, and helping them be free of it, just so they can live life without all that junk. Like, nobody has time for that. And it also provides hope, because technically genetics only plays 25%. Just because your family has diabetes does not mean you are supposed to have diabetes. Just because you or your parents or somebody is overweight does not mean you have to be overweight your whole life. If cancer has struck your family, doesn't mean that you have to have cancer. Heart disease, same thing. But so many people I've found, they're just like, oh yeah, my mother had it. They just like expect it, and that does not have to be the case. And I like to show people, no, like, you have 75% control of this, and you can actually change it. So, how to work with me, TrueHealthRD, if you have fatigue, joint pain, weight issues, allergies. I specialize in weight loss and digestive health, particularly those are my niches. And so one-on-one counseling really is the best way to do it, because I can just look at you, I can assess everything that's going on. Your medical history, your family history, your lifestyle, what's going on with that. I always encourage people to get your labs done. It's just, if I can get the biggest picture of what's going on, the better. If allergies testing would be good too. I don't do it in-house, but I refer you to, I know, the best allergy place to get it done. In my opinion, customized meal plans. If you don't like a certain thing, then I'm not going to make you eat a certain thing. There's so many different ways to get to where people want to be, and we just find the best way for them. Because I'm not going to, it's not my way or the highway. You guys hold, they have the ball, and I just make sure I teach them how to do it. Also work with your doctor. I work with Grace Point Medical Center or Grace Point Healthcare in Franklin. Also Dr. Potter with Sanctuary Medical, Dr. Hutton with Mulberry Clinic, and various other chiropractors around the area. If I can, I would love to work with other disciplines. Again, it just helps us get the whole picture and just assess and help the person as much as we can. Also do public speaking events. This is a leaky gut class that I taught up in Brentwood. I've done reversing diabetes, resetting your adrenals. Also, I'm very passionate about kids, because this is the first generation ever not expected to live past their parents. And so, again, I kind of practice through what irritates me. And I hate that, we want such good things for our kids' future, and now it's not looking too good for them. So I do raising healthy eaters and meal planning to help busy families. We're all busy, but okay. I also have a weight loss program, because I know one-on-one can be kind of expensive for people. So I have a weight loss program. Again, I was a chubby kid. I know what it's like to be uncomfortable. I know what it's like to everything that being overweight brings. I know what it's like, and there's so many diets out there, but 95% of them fail. And I'm very anti-diet. 50% of people who lose weight gain it back. 60% of those actually get bigger. And so there's actually a way to not be a statistic. And so that's why I designed this program, which took me over 18 years to figure out myself. Like I said, I started in like 6th grade. And I think it's really good. Oh, and in this program, you never count calories or points. I just think, was eating really supposed to be that difficult? Was eating supposed to be, you're counting I really don't think that's how God intended it to be. We're just supposed to eat. So you'll learn to never count calories, how to get your metabolism. Again, I'm the gut person, I like digestive health, and a lot of people's metabolism isn't running at top speed. So we can get that worked out, how to identify and overcome their biggest obstacles. I call it their Goliath, because usually some people have like one big thing that's like kind of preventing them. It could be sodas, it could be, I don't know, I can't think of anything on the top of my head, but if you can get that sucker out of the way, then everything else just seems so much easier. How to identify that and how to keep the weight off. It can be hard to lose weight, but it's even harder to keep it off. You can do 21-day challenges, you can do 30-day challenges and drop 20, 30 pounds or whatever, depending on the size you were when you started. But can you keep it off? Can you maintain that? And that's what this program is designed to do, help you keep it off. So you don't have to do all that stuff in vain, because really that's a lot of work. The Slim Down Society, I have that to help you change your lifestyle, because it's all about changing lifestyle. Again, you can do challenges, but how much is that going to really stick? And so the Slim Down Society, it's a monthly thing where you get actually access to a dietitian. You get new meal plans every month, because as a dietitian, so many people say, can't you just make me a meal plan? And I'm like, well, yeah, you can start the society, and it's not all about like paleo or gluten-free or dairy-free or anything. I have like meals that accommodate all that, because I just like to keep it fresh. I don't like to eat the same thing all the time. Sometimes I don't want meat, sometimes I do want meat, and so I've tried to accommodate all of that kind of stuff in there. I do your grocery list. I give you my top recommended products. So I can't go with everybody to the store, but like when I'm recommending this stuff, coconut oil and all kinds of stuff, I just tell you, this is where it's at. You know, you can either get on Amazon, but this is what I recommend. So there's no questioning at the grocery store. And we have new topics every month to help you change your lifestyle. So we really concentrate. Like this last month was breaking sugar addiction. I've had so many clients that are just hooked on that sugar, and sugar actually has the same effect on your brain as cocaine. And so when somebody has cocaine, we wouldn't, or if someone is addicted to cocaine, we wouldn't just say, hey, just stop that. Well, yeah, right. It's not that easy. There's a chemical change going on in their brain. They can't just stop it. At that point, it's not just about willpower. And so this last month was how to actually get off sugar without going crazy. And that is it. And I just ask all you guys to get connected with me. Go to TrueHealthRD.com. If you do want a free meal plan and e-cookbook, go on there. I have a sample one. It's a 1-week thing. Snacks, beverages, breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a week. And also go on Facebook.com/TrueHealthRD. That's it.